Colin F. Watson in the house. So in this video, I'm here on my swing here at Hermosa Beach, looking at the ocean. I'll do a quick video answering one of my subscribers' questions about Phase 3. You know, Phase 3 is a very scary place for a lot of you because you're so used to the regimen of Phase 2, knowing exactly what foods to eat, what portions to eat, what times to eat. And then you move into Phase 3 where a lot of the restrictions are removed. And in the original protocol, you were just told not to have any sugar or starches. That meant any processed white flour, any refined sugars, and any high starch foods. And the goal of Phase 3 was to stabilize your body weight, to reprogram the hypothalamus gland so your new weight set point would be locked in from where you came from to where you are now. And the way to do that is basically to hold that weight for 21 days, not gaining or losing more than 2 pounds. Now we've kind of modified that process depending on where you are in your journey. Now for some, if you know you have 100 pounds to lose and you've lost 50, you're stabilizing just to take a break and you want to lose another additional 50 pounds, then trying to stabilize in Phase 3 is effective because you don't want your body to try to go back to where you came from, but otherwise we also know that you're also going to move past that point. So we've modified Phase 3. We have two different types of Phase 3. We have our original Phase 3 and we have Phase 3 2.0 for those that are doing that temporary pause in between rounds, who still want to lose body fat, still want to have some latitude in the foods they're able to eat, and still drop body fat during Phase 3 without stabilizing. And then with those of you that are, if you're really close to your natural body weight, you stabilize. So not to confuse you, let's just talk about the basic Phase 3 for now. And then another video I'll talk about Phase 3 2.0 and the reason why that's powerful and the reason why people like that. Our basic Phase 3, the question was, what foods do you eat? How do you know what calories to eat? And what foods to avoid? So let's talk about that first. What foods to eat? You can make Phase 3 very simple. Pretend you're in Phase 2, but now add a full breakfast, which would be like protein and vegetable. Have a snack, have a full lunch, protein and vegetable, have a midday snack, and have an evening meal, full protein and vegetable. That's the easiest way to transition to Phase 3 without having to worry about caloric intake. Now we have a formula that we use that if you're a man, you take your end weight, that means the last day of weigh-in, whatever that weight is, and you multiply that times 12. That'll give you your daily maximum calories that you should take in over the next 21 days. And if you're a woman, you can take your end weight times 11, and that gives you your daily maximum calories. So what we suggest you do in week 1, instead of jumping from our 550 to 750 calories and then going up to your maximum calorie intake, we recommend over the next 3 weeks you gradually increase those calories. You start at a minimum 1200 for week 1, and then you gradually go up a couple hundred calories a week until you hit your maximum. So if you're a woman, say that your calculation came out to be 1,500 calories a day, you would start week 1 at 1,200, week 2 at 1,300, and week 3 at 1,500. And as far as foods to avoid, you would avoid white flour, anything white sugar, white flour, white pastas, any breads. You would just have, as far as no refined sugar, but you could have all the different types of fruits you want, any type of protein you want, and any type of vegetable you want. You could also add in some nuts and some even some dairy, but as long as your caloric intake is below your maximum daily calorie intake for the day, you'll be fine. That calculation actually is a deficit of what your BMR is, your basal metabolic rate, which means that the number we give you is slightly below what your real natural daily calorie intake should be. So that means that you'll always be in this maintenance stage where you actually will maybe lose a pound a week, but never go over your 2 pounds a week. So that's how we deal with Phase 3, the normal Phase 3. For men, it'd be the same thing. Your end weight times 12. Same thing. Have a breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, dinner. Keep it simple, guys. Make sure that if you know what your calorie intake is for your maximum calorie intake is for the week, then make sure each meal, divide those calories by the day, and make sure each meal comes within that range. So say it's 1,200 calories, you go 300 calories for breakfast, you have a 200 calories snack, 300 calorie lunch, 200 calorie snack, 300 calorie dinner, if that works out to be the math you want. I hope that makes sense. Phase 3 doesn't have to be scary. If you keep it simple, spread out your meals throughout the day, bring in some variety, stay away from white flours and refined sugars, you'll stabilize fine and you'll maintain the body of your life. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. God bless.